Today on Be Something Wonderful, how to undo fear and start living the dream. I am your host, Tom Kieran, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. I got an email from a subscriber yesterday who said, Tom, I've been singing my whole life in front of family and friends. And my dream has been to be a professional singer, to get a contract and make it my career, make it my life. But I always feared that I wasn't good enough. And now I'm 43 years old and I really want to do it. I want to now do it, but now I'm thinking that it's already passed me by, that I'm past the prime, now I really fear that I can't do it. The fear is even greater, but the desire is also just as great. I was wondering if you could talk about that and unpack that a bit. Well, guys, we're going to unpack that today and more. So there's a quote that I really liked from George Eliot. I've always liked this quote, even before I started Be Something Wonderful, years and years ago, before I even was on a true path of spirituality. And here's the quote. It really resonates with me. It is never too late to be who you might have been. I'm sure you're all familiar with this quote. It's never too late to be who you might have been. And let's just add to that now, knowing what we know, knowing that there are absolutely no limits, that God's unlimited, that God fears nothing, that God wants what you want, that you are connected to that infinite power of the universe, the infinite power of God. Now we can say you already are that. You're already living that dream, that higher you, that greater you, that inner being is already living that life. Right? Jesus said it, right? He who believes in me, in the works that I do, he shall do also, and greater works than these he shall do, because I go to the Father. What's Jesus? That's the Christ within you, right? That's your inner being saying that. Go to the Father, that unconditional awareness, that intelligence, that unlimited intelligence where you can be, do, or have whatever your heart desires. And remember, what were the works that Jesus did? He healed the sick, he healed the blind, the deaf, he raised the dead, and he resurrected himself. Those works, he said, you can do and more and greater. Hear this promise. It's big, right? So here you are. So the only thing that keeps you fearing is that belief in separation. That's what the fear is. You believe you got to go on your own, that you're not good enough on your own, but you are connected. You are that higher, greater, wiser you is going to move you towards that. You are already living that life. Here you are. This is your high inner being. That's that greater you, already living that life. Already in another reality, right? Because remember, all possibilities exist. When? Right now. The past is an illusion and the future is an illusion. It's all happening right now. And that your inner being is reveling in that right now. Where are you? You're here, projecting the same future day in and day out. See that? That's you projecting because you're living the past. You're living the past over and over again. You're not moving with your inner being. You're not moving with that greater, that higher you into the present, into the now, where you're already living that dream. This is big. And I love A Course in Miracles because it really hits fear and this idea of being stuck in the past very well. So this is what A Course in Miracles says. The ego invests heavily in the past and in the end believes that the past is the only aspect of time that is meaningful. Hear this. That's your ego. That is that 3D you that believes the past is important, that you got to keep thinking of it, that you're stuck in it, that you can't be who you are now because you've already made the decision, that you already live in the effects of the choices you made, and so it's too late. You're carrying the cause and effect forward into the future. Wow, that's big, right? It also says this. Its emphasis on guilt, really guilt or fear. Fear is everything, right? It's envy, it's guilt, it's anger, it's anything unlike love, anything. Emphasis on guilt or you saying it's too late for me, that's the guilt or the fear that you didn't make that choice earlier. Enables it to ensure its continuity by making the future like the past and thus avoiding the present. Do you see that you're skipping right over the now? and creating the same future that looks just like the past. That's what it's saying here. That's what A Course in Miracles is saying. But hear this, and this is big. This is where your freedom is. This is huge. The choice that you now make changes everything. Not just the present and the future, but the past. Why? Everything's happening right now. The past and future are illusions. So and remember, it's the universe, in that ultimate reality, it's a hologram. So when you change any part of a hologram, it changes the whole. Any choice you make changes everything. Not just the present, not just the future, but also the past. Wow, that's big. So let's unpack this a little bit more. So this is why you feel stuck. Here's why. The Course in Miracles says it. This is what you believe. This is a bogus belief that we believe in the 3D world. No change can be made in the present if its cause is gone. Hear this statement from A Course in Miracles. That's what we believe. This is a bogus belief. We believe because the cause, or the past, where we made that decision, the cause of what we're living right now is gone, because although we keep carrying it forward in memory and we keep focusing on it, we don't believe we can change it. That's what we believe. Right? So we hold the past. Only the past is held in memory. So it is a way to hold the past against the now. We're holding that past, those decisions, that cause, and we're holding it in memory, and we're holding it against the now. So we're skipping entirely over the now, creating the same future on the past. Wow, that's big. So here's the good news. The past is an illusion. Not only is it gone, it never existed. That means there was no cause and there's no effects. The effects you're living are just an illusion because the past is gone. Without a cause, there can be no effects. So the effects that you believe you're living don't exist. I know they seem real, but that past is gone. That means it was an illusion. It never existed, so there was no cause. So this is what you're doing. Remembering a cause can but produce illusions of its present, but not the effects. You're just remembering the cause. It's not real. It doesn't exist. You're just remembering it and carrying it forward into the future, entirely skipping your now, where you're living that life, where your dream is, right? So remembering a cause can but produce illusions of its presence, not the effects, right? So what does A Course in Miracles say? Remember the now. Use your memory to remember that now moment, to remember God, to remember that you're part of God, that God is in you, that you are in God, that you come from and are made of that same substance that creates worlds. Wow, that's big, right? The one and only true cause is God. Everything that we create in the 3D world is false, is an illusion. Fear is the big thing. That's an illusion, right? So let's unpack that. Let's go a little further here. Course in Miracles says, fear is not of the present, but only of the past and future, which do not exist. So here it defines fear. We're holding on to this fear that doesn't even exist. We're holding on to this illusion because fear can only exist in the past or of an illusionary future. It can't exist in the now, in that God moment. It doesn't exist. We're holding on to that. So for what is time without a past and a future? This is what A Course in Miracles says. What is time without a past and a future? There's only now. So when you make that choice right now, when you make that decision to live that life, the whole universe, the mosaic changes and now starts forming around that choice. It changes everything, not just the present and the future, but the past as well. Wow, that's big, right? And this is what John Wheeler said. Time is what prevents everything from happening at once. So that's what time. That's the only reason we have time. So we don't experience all of our desires all at once, or we wouldn't be experiencing them. Hear this: if everything happened at once, you wouldn't be able to experience it. Right? You wouldn't even know you're experiencing it. That's all you use time for. Right? Otherwise, there's no use for it. It's only use for you to hold on to fear and regret or fear or uncertainty of the future. None of that's real, right? You are already that which you want to be, and your refusal to believe this is the only reason you do not see it. This is Neville Goddard's quote, one of my favorite quotes by Neville Goddard. You are already that which you want to be, and your refusal to believe this is the only reason you don't see it. Believing is seeing. It's your refusal to see it, to know that you are God, that you are part of that power, right? So how do we get unstuck? How do we live our dream? How do we get over this fear that, oh my God, I'm 43, it's too late to me. It's too late for me. Right now, you make the choice and you start acting as if you are that which you want to be and you will be it. Once you start acting as if, why can you act as if and why do you become it immediately? Because that's how God creates. When God has a desire, God becomes it immediately. And so when you start acting as if, you immediately become that. And then the 3D world, which works in that time, that illusion of time, will start forming around that desire. Act as if you are that which you want to be, and you will be it. Because it already is a reality right now, in that powerful now, right? In that all-knowing, in that all-powerful, in that all-present God. Right? Wow, that's big. Move beyond the predictable future based on your memory of the past. This is, I think it was Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about this. We can't move behind. We predict the future by getting stuck in the past, by getting stuck and thinking we can't make another choice, that it's too late or too much, or I'm too old. Right? Or I'm not qualified enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve it. All that's an illusion that keeps you stuck in the past. Wanting, needing, regretting, doubting, worrying keeps you stuck in the illusion. Keeps you stuck in the past. Life is life. This is what Ernest Holmes says in his book. Life is life. Life doesn't grow old, only your thinking does. Wow, that's big. Life is life. Life is God. Life is love. Love doesn't grow old. Love's internal. Love only expands. It doesn't contract. It's only your thinking that grows old. Right? Only your thinking grows old. That's beautiful, right? Make the invisible visible within in the unseen real. Live that inner life. When you live that inner life, the outer world must conform to it. Must now become what you're living within. Hear this, it has to. Right? Because the outer world mirrors the inner world. It's law, right? Dwell there, and the 3D must reflect your unwavering state. The 3D world must reflect it, right? All right, well, that, guys, I thought I had one more page here. That is what we're talking about. That is how to undo fear and start living the dream. I am your host, Tom Karen, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of Higher Consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, like and share our videos. That's how we get our message out. Hit us up on Facebook at Be Something Wonderful, on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Karen, our website at tomkaren.com, at BeSomethingWonderful.com, or write me anytime at info@BeSomethingWonderful.com. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, with great love, this is Tom. See you soon.